And his Mangekyo Sharingan does, well, yeah, y'all know what happened last time. Him and Itachi swapped eyes so they can get the Eternal. So Naruto has the Eternal Mangekyo, and it looks just like what you guys see in the corner. So, we left off where Naruto was training with Madara's fan, as he thought of a fire-style jutsu, and as he put fire element into his fan. As he swung his fan, fire tornadoes came out. As then he says, because whatever move he did, it was enhanced with wind, because the tool was a wind-style weapon. As Naruto says, let's try wind and lightning. That'd be a deadly combo. As then he thinks about lightning, as he swings, as a lightning tornado comes out. As Naruto's like, yeah, this is the weapon I needed. As then he puts it back on his back, latching it to his back pretty tightly, along with his sword is on his back pretty tightly so they won't fall off. He's now walking back into the village. Now, Naruto's hair does not look like how you guys see, okay? Naruto's hair looks exactly like Madara's, like exactly like it. One of them's covering one side of his eye, and the other one is, and you can see his other eye. As he arrives back into the village, he is greeted by Kakashi. As Kakashi says, "Looks like you're getting strong, Naruto." As then he sees the weapon on Naruto's back, saying, "But that's Madara Uchiha's fan." As then Naruto says, "Did you think that was it, Kakashi?" As then he pulls out his blade, saying, "My grandfather wielded this blade." As Kakashi didn't know about the blade, he says, "Who is your grandfather, Naruto?" He says, "Well, my grandfather was the younger brother of Madara, Izuna Uchiha. So, yeah, that's why I'm able to wield this blade with such ease. It likes me, because he knows that I'm a relative to his master. Along with the fan. The fan knows that I'm Madara's great-nephew. So, therefore, these are my two weapons now." As Naruto is thinking that Madara will never come back to life again, so he'll take care of him. As then, Kakashi's like, "Well, you have grown to be strong, Naruto, but why aren't you wearing a headband?" As Naruto says, "I don't wear a headband. No need." As Kakashi says, "Well, aren't you a Leaf Shinobi?" As Naruto says, "After I left for a year, I think I really don't care about this village no more. I care about the people in it. I care about my sensei. But I don't think I'll wear a headband. I can just do missions, but I don't think I need a headband." They obviously see the Uchiha sign on my back, so they know where I'm from. The Uchiha clan is in the Leaf, so they know I'm from the Leaf, am I right? As Kakashi says, "Well, yeah, I guess." Then Naruto's like, "Exactly." As then Naruto is walking down the street. As then he sees Sakura. As he remembers, I don't remember if I let Naruto forgive her or if he shouldn't forgive her last video, but this video we're gonna say, my fault. This video, he walks by Sakura. Sakura says, "Hey Naruto, how are you?" As Naruto just looks at her, saying, "I'm good. How are you?" Sakura says, "I'm fine. Would you like to come over for dinner?" With a smile on her face, as Naruto says, "I think I'll train." As then he walks away. Sakura, with a sad look on her face, decides to follow him. As then Naruto arrives to the training field, Sakura is now hiding. As Naruto's not trying to censor because he really doesn't care about her. As then Naruto takes off the top, he puts his arms through his sleeves so that the top of his outfit is hanging down like a tight jacket around his waist. But now, Naruto activates his second stage curse mark and just feels 10 times stronger. And now when he does his Rasengan's black when he's in this stage. Along with his lightning blade that Kakashi taught him. When he's in this form, every single jutsu he does is black. So Naruto says, let me try the fire style jutsu. As he does the fire style jutsu, he creates a great fireball that has Amaterasu flames mixed in with it. As Naruto's like, this stage will come in handy. As then he retracts his curse mark. As then he puts his top layer of clothing back on. As then Naruto walks towards the direction of Sakura. Sakura, seeing Naruto in his monster form, is just scared out of her mind, like, what is he? And Naruto says, I'm Naruto. Why? As she says, as Naruto says, why are you spying on me? And Sakura says, well, I just wanted to see why you didn't want to come for dinner, but now that your quick training's over, would you like to come now? As Naruto says, well, if I come, will you leave me alone? As she says, if you come to dinner, then you're probably not going to want to leave me alone, to be honest. As Naruto says, wow, you're acting real cocky over there. As she says, yeah, whatever, just come on. As then, they are now walking back to Sakura's house. Don't forget, last round, I'm pretty sure, Sakura's parents liked Naruto, even though they weren't together. As then, Naruto walks into the house. As they see Naruto, they're like, Naruto, my boy, you've come back. I'm so glad. As Sakura says, yeah, we'll be down for dinner in like 30 minutes. As then they say, but why 30 minutes? Don't worry about it, Sakura said. She pulls Naruto to her bedroom. Sakura, why do you want to go down there in 30 minutes? We can go down there right now and eat. As Sakura says, well, I have to make that up for you for giving you the ultimatum that I shouldn't have given you. I was stupid back then. But I realized my mistakes now. As we do a 30-minute time skip. Naruto and Sakura come downstairs. Yo, I'm so sleepy. Naruto and Sakura come downstairs. As they see Naruto's hair is all messed up along with Sakura's. They say, what's wrong with your guys' hair? As Naruto says, oh. As then he fixes his hair so it looks back to looking like regular Madara. As then they say nothing. As then they eat. And then we time skip to the next day. Naruto meets up with Guy in the field. As Guy says, Naruto, my prized student. As Naruto smiles saying, yes, master. As then Guy says, well, I have to teach you something. Now that you're going to be on your own, I heard. I said, oh, you heard about that? Yeah, he said, I heard that you're leaving the village to go explore for a little bit. As Naruto says, yeah, I want to meet new people and meet new things, you know. And as Guy understands, he's like, well, at least let me teach you how to open up the gate of the seventh gate and the gate of death. As Naruto says, finally. As he says, Kurama, you ready? As Kurama says, huh. As then, for training with Guy for 2 hours, Naruto can open up the death gate without dying. Opening up the death gate takes at least 50% of his chakra, his regular chakra. And if he's using Kurama, it only takes away like 30. But Naruto has massive chakra reserves. So, and every single time he's in the 8th gate form, Kuruma's just massively sending him chakra. So it's like his bones aren't going to be shattered or nothing. So now it's time for Naruto to leave the village. As then Naruto is greeted by by Tsunade and the third Hokage at the village gate saying, Naruto, are you sure you want to leave the village? As Naruto says, couldn't be more sure. As they're like, you realize you will be a rogue ninja, right? As Naruto takes his leaf headband out and scratches it, saying, yeah, I do. As then Naruto ties it around his head. It's a leaf headband with a scratch in it, so everybody knows I'm a rogue ninja from the Hidden Leaf. Well, see you guys later. As Tsunade says, that was our greatest military asset. As Naruto turns around saying, see, that's why I'm leaving this village. You guys think of me as a military asset. But, anyways, I'm leaving now. As Naruto ignores what they're saying as they leave. Naruto ends up walking. As then he is seen by... I'm gonna say right now he's in the... He's walking in this, like, sewer thing in the Hidden Cloud Village as he's seeing a girl run. This girl is none other than Yugito Ni, as he stops her saying, why are you running? As she says, These two, get out of my way. As then he runs after her. As she is running from Kakuzu and Hidan, Naruto is running with her. As then it's a roadblock. Not a roadblock, but as then the tunnel ends. As Naruto and Yukito are just sitting in this room waiting for them to come out. As Naruto says, I'll have your back on this one. As Yukito looks at Naruto. As then Kakuzu and Hidan say, oh, well, it's another one, huh? Are you a Jinchuriki too? As Naruto says, yeah, what of it? And he says, which one are you? I'm the Nine Tails, the strongest, and I'll be the one that kills you here. As Yukito is shocked that Naruto has the Nine Tails. Naruto then says, now, who wants to die first? As then, they're like, don't get too cocky, kid. As Naruto takes out his sword, activating his 3-time Sharingan. As Hidan says, I will have your blood. As Naruto rushes Hidan and Kakuzu. As Naruto enters a fight with the two of them, then Yugito jumps in. Yugito is fighting Kakuzu by hand, and Naruto's fighting Hidan because he doesn't want to risk her getting sliced and him getting her blood. Naruto doesn't know about Hidan's thing yet, but Hidan's not even going to be able to touch him, as Naruto eventually says, I've had enough of this, and then activates his EMS as he freezes Hidan, and then he says, Uchiha style, the Flying Thunder God slice, as then he slices his sword through Hidan, as then he's rushing Hidan into a wall, as then Hidan gets pushed against the wall as the sword goes deeper and deeper inside of him. As then Naruto says, gotcha. As Hidan says, kid, is that it? As Naruto's like, wait, what? He said, you're able to freeze time, but there has to be a limit to your abilities. As Naruto says, nope, I can spam freeze time. As Hidan says, well, to somebody that can't die, that doesn't matter. As Naruto says, oh yeah, what if I do this? As then he freezes Hidan again. As then he takes his sword out and cuts Hidan's body parts off and burns them. As Hidan says, kid, you freaking cheater! As he says, nah, no rules. As Kakuzu was trying to get away to help Hidan, she ended up opening the whole two tails, revealing her two tails as Naruto looks at her. The Matabi saying, so that's your tail beast, huh? I can't fully use Kuruma yet, but I can use 6 tails, as Naruto opens up 6 tails as they're ready to destroy Kakuzu. I'm gonna say Naruto can use 8 tails. He could use 8 tails and have the bones on him. As then they run at Kakuzu. As Kakuzu doesn't know what to do, he gets punched in the face, knocking off his mask, and his sewed mouth comes apart. As then they both jump into the air, saying, "Tailed Beast Bomb!" As they shoot it at Kakuzu, it destroys 3 of his hearts. As then Kakuzu's like, "You infinite brats!" As Naruto's like, "You guys shouldn't have been here in the first place." As he retracts his 8 tails form. Then Naruto is like, well, your partner's dead, so maybe I'll let you go. Just leave now. As Kakuzu says, you look strong, kid. I bet you're worth a lot of money. As Naruto says, I'm not worth any money because I'm not a criminal. But he sees the scratch through Naruto's headband, as he says, but you have a scratch on your headband. As he says, yeah, so? As then Kakuzu's like, well, how about you join the Akatsuki? As Yugito looks at Naruto saying, please don't. As Naruto says, don't worry, I'm not. As then Kakuzu says, no, I tried to warn you, kid. As then Kakuzu jumped into the air, sending stuff at Naruto and Yugito. As Naruto awakens his Mangekyo and freezes Kakuzu. As Kakuzu falls to the ground because he can't move, Naruto says, fire style, Majestic Destroyer Flame. As then he burns Kakuzu alive. And Kakuzu has no more hearts. As then Naruto says, Yugito, what village are you from? As she points to her headband on her arm. The Hidden Cloud Village. How about you? as he lifts up his hair, revealing that there's a scratch on his leaf headband. I abandoned that village. It got annoying. So now, Naruto says, how about it? Can I come back to the cloud with you? As Yugito says, yeah, of course, Naruto. You just helped save my life. As then, they walk back to the hidden cloud village. As they enter as they knock on the Raikage's door. As the Raikage says, come in! As Yugito Nii walks in, but Naruto waits outside, saying, as Yugito says, sir, I was attacked by 2 of the Akatsuki members. As the Raikage said, that's what they get for trying to mess with you. I bet you took them down with these, didn't you? As she said, no, I had some help by this guy. As Naruto walks in with his 3 Tamoi activated, with his sword on his back and Madara's fan, as the Raikage looks at him saying, this boy is from the Uchiha! As Naruto says, yes, sir. As the Raikage says, no Uchiha of that village is welcome here. As Naruto takes off his headband and throws it to the Raikage, as the Raikage sees it there's a slash to the Leaf Village, and says, oh, so you're done with the Leaf Village, are you? As Naruto says, not only am I done with it, I'm also a Jinchuriki. Now you guys will be wielding 3, am I correct? As the Raikage says, yes, but which one do you have? As Naruto says, I have the strongest, the 9-tailed fox. As the Raikage is just like, military power, yes. As bro, I forgot what that girl name is from the Hidden Cloud Village. The girl, put it in the comments. The girl with the Lord, I forgot her name. There's a few of them. It's I think it's Samui. I think Samui is the girl with the blonde hair. Yeah, Samui. Samui and Darui walks in. As they see Naruto, as Naruto looks back at them, as they say, who is this guy? Yugito. Because I'm going to say Darui has a crush on Yugito. As Yugito says, this is Naruto, Uchiha, the 9-tailed fox. I have to say the 9-tails, but that's the strongest one. As Naruto says, As then they say, what are you doing in our village? As Naruto says, watch how you speak to me. As then Darui is like, oh yeah, what are you going to do about it? As Naruto activates his Mangekyo Sharingan, freezing Darui, but Darui can still talk. He's like, punch me, Darui. As Darui tries to, but he can't move at all. As he says, exactly. As in Naruto. As Naruto's about to punch him in his face. As Naruto was about to punch him in his face, Samui caught his punch, saying, excuse my friend. He has bad manners. I'm sorry about that. But welcome to the Hidden Cloud Village. Do you plan on staying? As Naruto looks at the Raikage, as the Raikage tosses him in all black. It's a black headband with the clouds on it. As Naruto ties it around his forehead, but it's covered up by his hair. As he says, I am now Naruto of the Hidden Cloud Village. As he ties it in the back. As soon as he says that. As now Naruto walks out saying, I think it's kind of weird that I'm just carrying this big old fan around. Maybe I should just carry my sword. As then Naruto says, where will I be staying, Lord Hokage? Raikage. As then he says, you will stay with Samui. As Samui says, alright, well, follow me. As then Naruto follows the blonde-haired girl. As Yugito is kind of sad. He wanted him to live with her. But Naruto and Yugito will be good friends. As, he arrives to Samui's house. As he says, I like your house, Samui. Was that your name? She says, yes. And yours was Naruto Uchiha? Yes, it is. As then she says, yeah. As then she shows Naruto to where he will be sleeping. He says, but Samui? As she says, yeah. He says, there's only one bedroom in this house and it's pretty big. And where's my bed? As she points at her bed, saying, you'll be sleeping here with me. As Naruto's like, oh my Lord Jesus. He's like, okay, but how many bedrooms do you have? She says 2. He says, how about I just sleep in there instead so that you have your own personal space? Right? Because I don't want to intrude on your personal space. And she says, fine. You can have that room. As Naruto gets his room set up, he has an Uchiha rug, a king-size bed, a flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. He put his fan underneath his bed and put a seal on it to where nobody can lift it until he removes the seal. Not even freaking the Sage of 6 Paths can lift that thing up right now. As then Naruto walks out to see Samui cooking. As Naruto walks up to her saying, "What are you cooking? It smells good." As she says, "Oh, I'm just cooking us dinner. It'll be done in a few minutes, so you can go have a seat over there." As Naruto says, "Okay." As he goes and sits down and pulls out a book about the second part of Madara's legacy, he reads. As she says, "So what book are you reading?" He says, "Oh, it's just about my clan. It's about Madara Uchiha and his legacy and how he wanted it to be carried on." She says, "Oh, that's cool. Are you, like, somewhat of related to him?" He says, "Madara Uchiha was my great uncle, and Izuna is my grandfather." Yeah, but that'll be where I'll be at.